rakkauden haukat meille taivaalla kirkkuu. Mun päästä putoruit lanteet, seksiä tihkuu. Seksiä tihkuu. Sä veit mun tuohi sydämeen, pensalla kastoin sen. Sä lykiroit hahtaa, tervas kantona tuhkas palaa. Kuin sata kipinää. Rälläkää mun rakkauden sulle suihkua.
Joo, kaikki mukaan.
Se on laakia vaina kun runtataan. Poika sinne pesään kasvamaan. Ja rakkauden maito kermaksi vatkataan. Vatkataan. Sä veit mun tuohi sydämen, pensalla kastoin sen. Sä lykiroin hahtaa, tervas kantona tuhkas palaa. Kuin sata kipinää. Rälläkää mun rakkauden sulle suihkua. Sä veit mun tuohi sydämeen, pensalla kastoin sen. Sä lykiroit hahtaa, tervas kantona tuhkas palaa. Kuin sata kipinää. Rälläkää mun rakkauden sulle suihkua. Sata kipinää. Sata kipinää. Sata kipinää. Sata kipinää.
Going on, everybody? Good morning. Good morning. As promised, we play Summer Car. How's everybody doing? Everybody doing all right? Yesterday was a long stream. It's a long stream. Just finished last night's VOD. It was certainly a stream. Yeah, your boy got a little rowdy. Yeah, your boy, Strimmer Man got a little out of hand. Apologies for the candor in the matter. Anyway, yeah, I know I said I would come in and work on the car this morning, but I did go to bed late last night. The reason why is because I already worked on it. I already finished that. Yeah, I stayed up last night and realigned everything. Yeah. So, I got that going for me, which is nice. No apology needed. I appreciate your perspective. Thanks, man. Yeah, so we yeah, I stayed up pretty late. Starship is good launch too much. You mother truck, dude. I was like, what are you talking about, man? Get Vivitard, nerd. Yep. That's, you can see why that Senate session was infuriating. You know, it's not the politics nonsense, you know, that gets me. It's just, yeah, being disingenuous about what's going on in the space program to further yourself politically is pretty gross. It's just pretty gross. It's, it's just pretty gross. It's disgusting behavior. FYI, new roadcraft update is out with hard mode. Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good. So, and hey, now we get Gateway. Yes, the quickest way to beat China back to the moon is not to actually go to the moon, but go to a space station around the moon. You know, I like all space programs. I believe more rockets, more better. They are making it extremely difficult to keep me honest in that regard. They're making it very extremely difficult. Yeah, Rares, it's pretty gross. I think talking about the moon and having NASA pep rallies about future missions that are ambiguous years in the future is the best way to beat China to the moon. Yeah, yeah, Jim. These people seem to think that we can talk our way to the moon, which is. Yeah, but more spaceports. Yeah, yeah, that's. Like I said, I like SLS, and I don't mind Orion. You know, Orion's heat shield needs more flight data. Personally, I don't like putting people on the next flight, but uh, yeah, that's just making it real difficult, dude. Yeah, I got me. So I don't know, man. It's like, what do you, Jim? The the best way to beat China the mood is to build Gateway. Really, really, that's the best way. That's the best. That's our solution. That's your solution. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's play summer car, shall we? Let me get the racing rig and the steering wheel out here. We'll get you the BTS view while we're doing that. Got a chair here. Got to move the chair this way. And we got a. Oh, you're getting a peek behind the curtain. Getting a peek behind the curtain, chat. All right, you guys can't really see that anymore.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Go at throttle up. Get her aligned to the screen. take this chair behind. Green screen. Pull the curtain back. Pulling the curtain over your eyes, Chad. And then because my racing rig is a piece of junk, I need to fix. I gotta align this stupid thing. All right. All right, let's do this. Oh. Wait, is this the first time I'm playing Summer Car on this computer? Holy crap, it is. I don't even know if my save is transferred. Uh-oh. Yeah. I might have some work to do here. I have some work to do. Where the heck do I even plug this in? There we go. There we go. Ah, hey, T-Man, what's up? Tiger Frank, 59-month resub, another one. MSC on this glorious Overkill gaming PC. Yeah. Yeah, it's good. All right, let's over here. Maybe Gateway is the solution to having our allies and commercial partners come to NASA before going to China for lunar operation. Something I was thinking about last night. So which one is it? You want to get back to the moon first, or do you want to build the infrastructure? Because, see, Lumprod, that's my whole problem with that argument. Yeah, that's probably true. That's probably true. You don't think our commercial partners will come to us when we can put 100 tons onto the international partners will come to us when we can put 100 tons on the lunar surface? Which one is it? Do you want to get there early, or do you want to build the infrastructure? They seem to think that beating China to the moon is building infrastructure. That was Jim's whole argument. I don't know. That is a... Why would you say that? That makes no sense. That's a heck of a take, dude. You know, like, I'm not trying to dunk on the SLS program. I think the SLS is fine. I think it needs a better upper stage. And I think that is a completely fair criticism. I think Orion needs more test flights. I think NASA should leverage commercial to get Orion more test flights before we send people to the moon. But we won't do that. We won't do it. We won't do it because people... NASA's OMB is run by idiots. NASA's vision for space is run by morons. And those morons talk to morons in politics. And then we just get a moronic space program that is an entirely fragmented architecture and not going to achieve anything useful without some serious refactoring. Like I said, dudes, they are making it extremely difficult to be an Artemis fan. They're making it very difficult. Like, I'm trying not to go full SpaceX fanboy on you guys, but also at the same time, what are we supposed to do with this? What do I do with this? How can I? Let me put it to you like this. How can I? How can I teach people about that? How can I pitch that, the Artemis program, as STEM content? How can I do that when the architecture basically goes against every single rule that NASA has written themselves about systems engineering? You can't, like, that's not a teachable thing. I can't do anything with that as a STEM educator. Like, what am I supposed to do with that? What do I do with that? Telling people I'm not gonna bold-faced lie to people and say that building a space station is gonna beat China back to the moon, because it's not. It's not. Like, it's not. It's not. Like, that's a lie. That's not true. I'm not gonna lie. That's, yeah, it's not a thing. But whatever. For all I know. Anyway, let's start up Summer Car. Let's go. Let's have some fun. I wanted to do Stationeers for after hours as well. So that should be fun. Boop. All right, loading up Summer Car for the first time. All right. It's not. Oh, hi, Note. What's new with you? Dude, like, what am I supposed to do with this? Like, screen resolution, 4K. Better, good, GoldenEye, no VSync. Display number 1, windowed. All right, we need to go here, and we need to go here, local, Amistech, Summer Car. All right, we got to replace all these. Give me 1 sec. Oh, it doesn't use Steam Cloud? There's definitely, here, I'll show you, dude. Look. Let me open up the desktop on Rusty. Move that here. Go here, Amistech, replace files and destination. There was a bunch extra stuff in here, but now we don't gotta worry about that no more. What the hell? All right, okay. All right, let me mix up the sound, make sure that everything is not gonna blow your eardrums out. Let's start down here, unmute this. There we go. What if China's moon orbiting craft has a gateway compatible docking system? I'm not sure what the relevance of that question is, James, but yeah. It's basically the Gordon Ramsay idiot sandwich running the show. Like, nobody wants to budge. Nobody wants to budge. They want to keep the status quo. I mean, James, no one wants to budge. No one wants to move on anything. We just want to keep the things the way they are. Problem is, you can't have a Senate meeting on how things are not being the way that they are and then claim that everything should be the same. I.e., you can't say, oh, we're now in a space race in China, let's just keep doing the same stuff, which is... Even the Senate testimony admitted that if we just keep doing the same thing... If we just keep doing the same thing with Starship, we will lose the fight back to the moon. We should do Gateway instead. It's just like, bro, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? It's just, I'm kind of at the end of my rope with NASA and their bull crap, dude. Like, Time to face it, China beats the West in every way. Yeah, if they get there, Mr. Roman numerals, man, if they get there, maybe things will change. Maybe. Who knows? Yeah. The best way to land on the best way to beat China back to the moon, back to the surface of the moon, is to not go to the surface of the moon. Okay. Here's your gold star for spaceflight policy. Why don't you guys go out on the kindergarten playground where you belong? Go just leave, maybe leave the space policy to people that actually care. It's ridiculous. Oh, you know what isn't ridiculous? Look at how good these graphics are. Hell yeah. Oh, it's golden. Look at that. Why am I drunk? Okay, we don't have any controls. All right. Is the wheel? We have to get Logitech's terrible driver service for the wheel.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Yeah, Logitech G Hub. Oh yeah, Hub. Axiom Space is now scamming people by taking reservations because they didn't pay SpaceX for the 4 previous missions and can't bid for new ones that NASA opened because SpaceX said no, we're not giving you free flights. Katya Shenzoretta has signed a seat reservation agreement with Axiom Space for a future spaceflight mission. This future mission seeks to highlight the potential. Oh, this nonsense. Come on. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Baron, dude, how tone deaf can you possibly be? How is that possible that you can be that tone deaf in 2025? How is that a thing? He did talk about the spacesuit. Dude, I personally think that the suits are going to be the long lead item. I have no confidence in Axiom to get that done, even on a remotely useful scale. But who knows? But then again, I said we shouldn't tear people down. So hopefully they do. But like I said, they don't have a good track record for being run correctly. Grab Shark, I said it, dude. Chickens are coming to roost, dude. I said this not like 9 years ago. NASA's incessant need to commercialize everything. Now, don't get me wrong. I know that the AXEMU was... the contract was awarded to them in 2022, if I'm remembering correctly. NASA's incessant need to commercialize everything in the name of cost, all that does is have NASA wind up with less money and a fractured, crappy architecture. I've been saying this for almost a decade, dude. It's going to be our undoing, and the chickens are coming to roost, dude. It's predicted. It could have told you this. Could have told you this 10 years ago. Like, I don't want to be that prick up here that's like, I told you so. I said this would happen. Like, but what am I supposed to do here? You know, what am I supposed to do here? Just pretend like everything is okay? It's not okay. This is not okay. The raptors are coming to roost. Hey. Continue. They're strained on cash a lot. They were going bankrupt in 2023 if it wasn't for Saudi Arabian investment money saving them. What happened? NASA fell way behind. Hallengar, we're still talking about that Senate meeting yesterday. Dude, I'll be honest. In retrospect, like, I was a little pissed off when it was going on. But in retrospect, you know what really is bothering me? I really am not... Dude, I'm an optimist. I'm a pretty damn confident person. Like, I don't believe in being negative as best as you can. Once again, we talked about this at the end of the stream yesterday. I ain't perfect, man. Hey, look at this thing. I ain't perfect. You know, I say don't tear people down, and then say like, well, Axiom isn't going to do anything. You know, like I think that's being more realist than optimist. You know, but once again, it's almost like humans are capable of complex emotions about things, right? With all that being said, maybe I shouldn't say this. Maybe I shouldn't say it. I'm really, really losing faith in NASA. Like, I'm losing faith in NASA's ability to do anything remotely useful. I don't think anyone at NASA wants to change anything. They're too afraid to propose a more useful architecture, and because of their lack of leadership, because of the lack of confident leadership at NASA, we are basically selling our national space program. Either it's being pawned off to commercial, or it's subject to bureaucrats and lobbyists. Which, once again, that's not necessarily a bad thing, but they certainly have their place in a national space program. But the lack of leadership at NASA is really screwing us. It's really screwing us. No one at NASA, everyone at NASA is just going to go along with this. You're just going to go along with it. Even if that means screwing the national space program. You know, that it's really a textbook case of screw you, screw everybody else. I need to get what's mine. Now, don't get me wrong, like, that's a politician's job to represent their constituents. That's why we have lobbyists in the first place, right? Like, but, you know, and if someone wants to make the argument that, you know, capital isn't representation in a representative republic, yeah, that's certainly an argument to make.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
For sure. But, you know, we're insistent on keeping everything the same, even though the whole premise of that meeting was insisting that times are changing and that a new space race is upon us. Everybody admits that, you know, China has lunar ambitions and they want to go to the moon. And it very much seems like at times that no one wants to do anything about it except SpaceX. Like I said, they're making it insanely difficult to be a fan. I had this chat recently. NASA has been in inertia sink ever since the cancellation of Apollo 20. The ball started rolling as such in 1970. The worst mistake that NASA ever made was canceling the Apollo program. The second worst was canceling Constellation. And Kyron, I said it once, I'll say it again. Every time somebody proposes that, you know, our current architecture is no good, we got to cancel it and we got to start over to save money. Every time someone's proposed that, it's wound up with NASA getting less money and having less capability. That's why I say, even though I don't really particularly like the Artemis program, I don't think we should get rid of SLS because I'm smart enough to know my history and know that doing that would just set us back even more. It was tough, but that was a good space news. Yep. Yeah, you know, there was a big lack of seriousness, too many jokes, and not enough good ideas. Dude, yeah, Dan, I don't have bones to pick with politicians. Like, I mean, if anything, it's them as a whole, right? But I'm not gonna, you know, okay, like Ted Cruz was talking yesterday. Ted Cruz is a huge spaceflight advocate, and I don't necessarily mind that. That's okay. Do I disagree with him on things? Sure. Do I agree with him on things? Yeah, absolutely, right? Well, I'm not using this to grind a political axe. Stop talking about Star Trek. Like, stop it. This is not a time to joke around. We are looking at a serious geopolitical soft power implication here, and you're talking about the Wrath of Khan. Now, seriously, that's... Now, I'll be honest with you, like, I don't mind pop culture references. You guys know that I do that. I do that all the time. I do it to be a more potent teacher. But when stuff gets serious, if we're talking about something serious, I tone it down a lot. Like, I tone it down big time. Because there's a time to do that, and there's not a time to do that. And I'll be honest, the floor of a Senate confirmation meeting is not the time to do that. I would not dare do something like that. Like, that's on the congressional record. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing, man? What are you doing? Like, I don't have an axe to grind. It's just... Is anybody taking this seriously? Like... Yeah, that bonehead from freaking Cleveland. Like, what, dude, you got people to admit that Cleveland is a good place on the congressional record. So what, now because it's on the congressional record, that makes you feel better about it being a fucking dump? Like, bro, fix your goddamn city, right? Like, it's, I don't know, man. It's all so damn tiring. Like, that's what you're going to do to make you feel better. You're not actually going to fix a problem. You're just going to make yourself feel better about it. Like, and I don't mean that to disparage people from Ohio. I mean, I did marry a woman from Michigan, so I kind of have to hate Ohio. But, like, it's a disservice to your to your constituents doing something like that. It's a huge disservice. Sitting there and making people talk about how Cleveland's awesome. And Glenn Research is amazing. And Cleveland, right across from NASA Glenn is the Ford engine plant, Cleveland engine plant. Ford made small blocks there for a long time. They still make motors there. That's cool, right? Like, you know, like, but you're sitting there and telling yourself that, oh yeah, no, we do such a good job. Dude, I drive through Cleveland every time I go to Michigan. You're gonna look at a snapshot of downtown and be like, yeah, this is fine. Like, what are you doing? Like, these people even care? Like, do you care? Like, I don't know. It just drives me up the wall, dude. Like, I don't have an axe to grind with any particular politician. It's just that kind of stuff. Like, what are you doing? You're wasting air. It's like the politicians here in Massachusetts, man. Like, I don't necessarily mind them. I don't really understand. Like, they're talking about all these issues that that my state faces, etc., right? And yet, if I want to go 35 miles into Boston during the day, it's gonna take an hour and a half. Like, it's going to take an hour and a half to go there. Now, don't get me wrong. Not every politician should be like infrastructure obsessed, but there's, you know, worrying about the degrees of grade on a road like what we do when we're playing workers or cities, right? And then there's like identifying actual problems and fixing them. The traffic in Massachusetts is awful. It's terrible. It's really bad. Like, to the point where the traffic gets so bad that if there's an emergency or a fire, the fire trucks and the ambulances and the police cars are just going to get stuck in traffic. Like, does anybody, no one's looking at this and saying that's an issue? This is a problem? Nothing? No, it's fine. It's good. Don't worry about it. The person will just die on the highway. Sure. It's bad down in Newport too. Like, I don't get it. You just, like, Victory, you know, you're in Newport. Do people in Rhode Island look at 95, which is an objective mess going through Providence, and just be like, yeah, this is fine. Yeah, that's good. Don't worry about that. Like, it's terrible. Wait, you don't have emergency rules of people pulling out of the vehicle? Solar, it's not that. The roads are so damn narrow because they're so freaking old. There's no place for them to go. There's a lot of roads in the city don't have medians, not medians. They don't have like a shoulder because they're so old. It's not that. People do get out of the way as best they can, but there's more important social issues that they have to deal with. Yeah, Geek. No, don't get me wrong. It's not. Like, if social issues are something that your constituents are facing, that's fine. It's totally understandable. But at the end of the day, like, you know, you guys are in charge of this. You're in charge of the trains. You're in charge of, in my state, like, I don't know. I can't, every state is different. Here, they're in charge of the trains. They're in charge of the civil infrastructure. That's like, the civil infrastructure to a city is your circulatory system. And right now, Boston is basically having the circulatory system equivalent of a heart attack pretty much every day. Yeah. I don't know, dude. Yeah, I don't know. Am I crazy? Like, oh, I didn't unplug the phone. Oh, nice. Nobody called. Like, I don't know, dude. I don't know. Like, I don't know how you can... And don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that I could do any better. Like, I mean, I would certainly give it my all if that was the case. Like, but I don't know how somebody can, like, in my state... Like, how can the mayor look at the state of traffic in your city and just be like, yeah, this is fine. Yeah, this is totally cool. Totally good. I don't know, man. It just...
Painu vittu, saatana. Vittujen vittu. Saatana. Vittujen vittu.
Yeah, Fistfire, I don't know, man. Like...
Saatana. Jumalauta.
And once again, I ain't making this, you know, oh yeah, pee in the trash can. I'm not trying to make this like about screw this Republican or screw this Democrat or screw this Independent or anything like that. I'm just like, do any of you guys like do anything? You said something to the P.O. box. I swear if it's a DSLR, man, I'm going to be a little upset. I told you not to do that. Told you not to do that, Mr. Pessimist. Alright, it's Monday in game. You have way more faith in elected officials than most. Well, I don't believe in giving up. Like, I don't. It is. I have 5 others that are newer. You. Jay's just gonna get wrecked. Just gonna get wrecked in the shop, man. Like, I mean, appreciate your generosity, dude. You know, for a pessimistic person, you definitely very generous, man. You know? Thank you, but
Vittujen
I didn't mean to do that, dude.
Jumalauta. Vittujen kevät. Saatana. Ei saatana.
Then don't use it in the shop.
Jumalauta. Ei saatana. Jumalauta. Saatana.
It might be good for getting close-ups, dude. We'll see. I'll see if I can make like a box for it to protect it.
Perkele. Mitä helvet? Jumalauta. Oi vittujen kevät. Vittujen
Christian, if I was to talk nicely and do absolutely nothing 90% of the time.
Mitä helvet? Saatana. Oi vittujen kevät. Mitä helvet? Jumalauta. Jumalauta. Oi vittujen kevät. Oi vittu. Mitä helvet?
Is there a way to turn off the weird alien language that keeps talking in game? No, no.
Jumalauta.
Anyway, let's get to it, boys. I don't want to talk about this more. Could be they see all the issues going on and lose forest for trees. I don't know, man. Swearing is my new favorite thing to alleviate stress in this game, dudes. Anyway, sorry guys, I don't mean to be a big Debbie Downer. The meeting really screwed with my head yesterday. Alright, there we go. That down, shut that off. That down, shut that off. There we go. Thirst is a little bit. There we go. Yeah, alright, cool, we good. Just a rude strimmer, man. Alright, so this is my summer card. This is a survival racing game. Now, where did we last leave off in part 6, dude? I think we got the car running. I'm pretty sure the car runs. Here, let's start it up. Try to change that. Try to charge up that battery. Steering wheel still isn't working. Okay, that works. Brake works. What about the clutch? All right. Go. I'm kind of screwed in your MSC save playthrough. The alternator's dead on the car. You'll be fine. I gotta rebind up all the controls. Oh, the reverser is getting a little weird. Give me 1 second, dude. How was Stationeers the other day? Oh, it was good. No, joystick 17 should not be... looks like my reverse thing on here is not. The shifter cluster might be going. Ready? There we go. Joystick button 18. Now my gearbox range, I had that set to that key. Wait, can we bind the blinkers? Hey! I don't have a handbrake in this design. But, yeah. All right, dudes. I think we're good. As I recall, during the last shutdown, you were trying to get enough money to prep the car for the rally next weekend. Couldn't do the previous weekend because Fleetari's was closed, so you couldn't get the cage installed for the rally. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, baby. I'm just putting all the controls on the damn keyboard. Ooh, high dynamic range. Oh, dude, no. We're draw distancing all the way. We're doing all the AI car dust trails. Yeah, baby. Show frames? Yeah. Let's go, dude. All right. Wait, why don't I have Z? Hold on. Player controls. What about zoom? No. No, zoom is the Z key. Not left control. There we go. Oh, yeah. Now we're cooking. So while this summer car is running, dude, let's, I want to tell everybody that, there was supposed to be an automotive stream this morning, and I ended up not doing that because despite streaming 13 hours yesterday, I actually went and finished all the alignment. It's pretty close. It's not exact. There's still some things we got to tweak a little bit, but we did some pretty good alignment. That all looks pretty damn straight, right? I redid the self-tappers on the rear cross member to get that thing pretty damn close. It is a little bit gacked on the left side, but for the most part, both the leaf spring perches are nice and level. The frame rails are level, and what I'm really chasing, the cross member is just tilted maybe to the driver's side, like just a little bit, by maybe like 1 degree off of like complete center, which is well within factory spec. And I'm still chasing a little bit of fitment on the left side frame rail for the trunk. I do believe it's the cross member causing that problem. We could engineer around it, but I self-tappered all of it together, guys, so it doesn't move. The thing is superbly rigid. It's pretty strong. But, yeah, better than it was from the factory. It's definitely coming along, dude. Is that car carbureted or electronic fuel injection? Methane, the Coronet, I'll just mention both summer cars. This car is carbureted. The Coronet is carbureted right now. It has a 2-barrel Carter carb in it. This thing also has a 2-barrel Carter carb in it. Self-tappered, tech screws, baby. Alright, that's all fine and dandy. I have the car running to charge the battery. This is what you got to do with project cars. You got to go out and run them. This is what I do in the morning sometimes. How are we doing with charge? But methane, I have just sitting outside the shop, I have a 2004 Dodge Ram with a 5.7 Hemi in it. And I will switch the Coronet to a 5.7 Hemi with port fuel injection and an ECU. That's what I want to do with this car. I would love to keep it carbureted, but I got that 5.7 for a very good price. No Clecos? Oh, I have Clecos. I have them too. Not so fun. The self-tappers was close, and it was like 3:30 in the morning. You know? Not so fun. What screwed me on that rear cross member, dude, is the leaf spring perches. You remember, like you said, I remember you said you would just make them. That probably would have been a better thing to do. The leaf spring perches from AMD, both of them, one of the rear tabs is too high and the other one is too low, and that's why the rear cross member is like 1 degree off. I bent most of it back into shape, and dude, once everything was self-tapped together and clamped, holy crap, that thing is rigid. It's real, like, it's crazy how once you get everything in and you kind of fasten it into position, it's crazy how strong that thing gets. 5.7 sounds like a petrol gurgler. I mean, it's definitely a lot. I'm going to get way better fuel economies in-house than the 5.2 that's in it right now. Just love seeing a bunch of Clecos on a panel. Oh, don't worry, that's coming. The quarters are in pretty rough shape, dude. We got to do that. We got to do the quarters. Is this the only car in Summer Car? No, there's other vehicles you can drive around. This is the only one you can really modify. Once again, I'm just getting that battery all charged up. The electrical system in Summer Car does not work exactly like it doesn't work exactly like a real charging system. If my alternator was working, the battery would read 14 on the voltmeter, and revving it wouldn't increase your voltage. The voltage on the battery is kind of cumulative, and that's not really how that works. And that in batteries, I don't know if this battery is made out of like lead or whatever, but the batteries in Summer Car lose their charge really quick unless you keep running a car. Is it 1 degree towards the way the motor spins? It's counteracting the torque roll on the suspension. Oh yeah. I mean, not so fun. I'm pretty sure we're within factory tolerances right where it is. The other thing that I did last night, dudes, is I had this crazy idea of lifting up the rear axle and getting the leaf springs basically underneath the leaf spring perches and putting a shackle in them, right? With the rear axle loaded up on the jack, right? Putting the shackle in to make sure that it's all aligned. That was a good idea. We didn't load up the suspension or anything. If we did, the whole car would fall apart like Swiss cheese. But yeah, I'll tell you what I did, dudes, and I'm not even ashamed to admit this. I used all that pent up, we'll call it rage, from that stupid Senate meeting, and I used that energy to achieve something productive, because, man, damn, did that piss me off yesterday. I don't usually lose my cool on stream. That was really tough. We endured 2.5 hours of politicians blowharding about nothing. I'd say we did pretty good. I didn't freak out too much. You know, I did freak out. I got really pissed. I was like, you guys suck. Hello?
Mitenkäs mä nyt tässä sanoisin, mutta meidän toi likaako iPhone, se on ääriä myöten täynnä.
So Jim helped you. Yeah, Peter. We'll. You know what? That's a good way to look at that. Their idiocracy motivated me to do the opposite. Poopers clog. Merry Christmas. I think that conversation that I just had on the phone in game was more intellectually stimulating than the entire 4 hours yesterday. Literally a game in a phone call about somebody's septic tank being full. How close was the guitar scream again? What do you mean, Enzo? The guitar scream was... That's about as pissed off as you're ever gonna see me on stream. I was so angry, dude. You gave him a phone call. You know what I meant. You know what I meant. It's fine. Have a beer. Ah, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right, so 3931. We do have a spare battery, and the spare battery's on the charger. We're good. I'm gonna let this battery charge up. I don't think we really need to drive the Satsuma around, per se. What do we have going on in the van? Okay, we have some empty cans. We did make a run to Yoke. That, I think, was the last thing that I did. Right now, what we're really doing is making money to get BBX 403 right here ready for the rally race. Now, I know we already have our, blanked out, our fogged out deck lid and fogged out hood for, horsepower and stuff. And we got our nice Satsuma GT rims, that adds. But in order to enter the rally race, your car needs to pass vehicle inspection, and it needs a cage. It needs a cage and seats. You need a roll cage to enter the rally race, which is fine. That's okay. So, if we're gonna do the cage and we want to do this right, we're gonna need the racing seats, and we need the 4-point harness. So, I could do other things to make the car go faster, but how about we get it eligible first? So, for Pistiviot, and then the Kupepenki Tukepelen. We need those two. So we need that plus the roll cage. Let's go take a look right here. The roll cage is $5,500 for install. Okay, so we want to make some slush money on top of that. You don't ever want to spend all you have in your savings. I wouldn't do that. I mean, what if you run out of food? We need to take into account food. We need to take into account the electrical bill. God, you have to adult in this game so hard. Anyway. Do you still have the stock carb? Yeah, let's just get it working. So let's go right for the cage and right for the harnesses. Let's not die. So let's go for safety first. In the past, I've gone right for horsepower. I've gone right for this stuff, and that's all fine and dandy, but I would say we need to go for the seat, the harness, the cage, and probably the radiator. That radiator is not... The radiator in here is fine for motorway applications here, but I would want an aluminum rad. There's no way that thing is gonna... There ain't no way that thing's gonna do us any useful work for cooling this motor when we're basically revving it to the moon. Adulting is too hard. Yeah, adulting's a big pain in the butt, but I will say this, Intas, adulting comes with some pretty cool privileges. Like, this is adulting too, technically. I mean, it's not something that it's not necessarily something that you can't do when you're a kid, but having your own shop and stuff, that's pretty good adult. It comes with perks. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I know that's my hobby, but I get it. But it comes with perks. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Are senators allowed to ask whatever they want in these meetings? I don't get why the Ohio senator only wanted Jim to praise Ohio just to ask him questions that are not related to Artemis. He wants Jim to recognize that Ohio is contributing to the space program. And he wants that on the congressional record. Well, Leon, he wants that on the record. Well, Jim said that Ohio's good. So if it was said in a Senate confirmation, you know. Well, Leon, that's basically the equivalent. That's basically the equivalent of me. See the stuffed banana? Oh, I dropped it. Hey, look. I picked it up. Look, I picked it up. I'm good at picking things up. Do you know how I know? I just picked it up. That's how you know that I'm good at picking things up, because it was on the ground and I picked it up. Never mind that I was the one that put it there, but I picked it up. I want you to see how good I am at picking it up. Does that make sense, dude? I want everybody to know how good I am at picking up things off the floor. And I want it on the record. So the record shows that I'm good at picking things up. Basically, congressional attention. Yeah. Now, William, they do that so down the road, if somebody goes, Ohio isn't really contributing to our space program. Like, what do you guys do? You do nothing. You sit there and pick up bananas all day, right? No. The congressional record says we're good at doing it. It's a lot of blowharding, dude, and I'm sure that German politics do the same thing. I'm sure. I know that they do the same. They do that same nonsense. It really seems at times like it's really about making themselves feel better and not actually fixing things. But then again, okay, if maybe I'm giving them a little too much credit. I'm trying to not freak out, okay? But then again, when we're playing cities, it is very easy to make a change to your city that will have implications down the road that are not immediately seen. Okay? That's the thing about politics. Okay? That's the thing about governing. You're going to make changes, and the changes that you make at the state and federal levels might not be something that affects everybody overnight. It might not be something that your immediate constituents are going to benefit. So it's hard to quantify for politicians. It's hard to quantify them doing a good job. Right? Like, I'll give you an example. Say you have an infrastructure bill, right? And the infrastructure bill builds new highways, and people enjoy these new highways, right? They're not going to know that a politician was the one that perpetrated this. They're just going to expect a better highway, right? You're not going to know unless you put it on the record that, look, I'm the one that built this, that pushed the legislation for this damn highway. And even then, you might not get recognition for it until the highway's finished. Highways take a long time to make. You see what I'm saying? That's why everybody's hell-bent on getting stuff on the record. That's why they do that. They do that as a somewhat meaningful form of recognition for whatever it is they do. But the thing about politics is that benefits and or detractions are not going to be immediately seen. It's not one of those things. Like, think about it. When you play cities, a death wave. Did you intend for a death wave to happen? No, but your decisions caused it. But did you intend for it to happen? No, of course not. No mayor wants their tax base dying off, right? Like, if we're going to be a complete jerk about it, right? Like, it's in your best interest as the mayor to represent your constituents and, keep them alive. That's kind of important. That's why they do stuff like that. Well, that's why that stuff happens. I understand it. It comes off as blowharding, and it's really goddamn annoying. But I understand why they do it, as much as it drives me up the damn wall. All right, so we got sewage tank, sewage tank, sewage tank, sewage tank, sewage tank. All right, all the septic tanks are full, so let's do this in one run. We need to make about 15 Gs on top of what we have right now. I don't like doing the hay bales. That job is not fun. Deliver fish to Grandma. Hey, Grandma, we're doing business here, okay? Now, another thing that we can do is we can go to the dump and we can grab bottles for Kiryu, so we could sell more Kiryu to Yoke. We could turn on the radio. Oh, guess not. Coffee. The stove is off, chat. Don't worry. Yeah, chimp, exactly. Like, I'm not gonna say it doesn't bother me, dudes, but yeah, that's what they do. I think we have a full load of firewoods in, ready to go. But firewood's one of the best paying jobs in the game, but it doesn't come around. It only comes around like once a week.
Jumalauta, Jumalauta, voi saatana, voi saatana, vittu, saatana,
Mitä helvete? Alright. So, if we're gonna do that, it probably is a good idea to get the Gifu working over there. Did you find all the wrecked cars? I've found everything but the Satsuma GT, Dan. I've not figured out where that is. How's the battery doing over here? Oh, yeah. Hey, this motor's actually pretty damn happy. 14.7. Nice. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oil pressure is good. Water pressure is not ideal. Is the motor warm? No, we're not warmed up. Okay, cool. Your coolant system in a car needs to pressurize. So there's a thermostat in the motor. The thermostat is basically a memory metal. And when the metal heats up, it contracts and basically is a valve that opens up. And that's when your coolant starts moving into the radiator. The thermostat stays closed when the engine is cold, and it does that to keep the warm coolant in the engine so the engine warms up. When the engine gets up to operating temperature, the thermostat will open and it'll start circulating coolant through the radiator to keep it at a certain temperature. In this particular case with cars, it's right around 100 C, like 90 to 100 centigrade. Maybe like, it's more like 80 to 100. Anywhere in between there is fine, depending on the motor. In Fahrenheit, you really want about 180, 180 F, depending on the application. So yeah, we're not making any pressure in the system because the motor really is not warm. I'm kind of worried that that motor has been on for a little while and it's not really making good temperature. But we'd have to drive the car around to really figure that out. What I want to do here is just shut the thing off for now. Rev the piss out of it. I mean, that starter motor in this thing is not happy. Oil pressure is fluctuating with revs, which is normal. The oil pump in a motor is mechanically actuated. It's mechanically actuated usually off the crank or the camshaft, depending on your motor design. So if the motor revs the oil pump pumps more oil. So seeing fluctuations in oil pressure with revs is fine. That's what you want. What I'm not seeing is fluctuations with water pressure. All right. Hold on one second. Before we go any further, we gotta look at something. Don't ever try to open up a radiator plug when the motor's hot. I put the helmet on because sometimes the game is just like, here, have some heat. Oh, look, you can't see anything. Now I'm a little concerned that we're out of coolant. That Now, normally you'd have to bleed out the system here. You'd have to get the system to saturate. You want all the cooling galleries submerged in the motor. What would happen if you put gas in there? It would work, Jim. Yeah, gasoline would work. Gasoline is a great heat sink. Yeah, not a lot of people know that. It's a great heat sink. It absorbs tons of heat. The reason why is gasoline is a hydrocarbon. Hydrocarbon has hydrogen in it. Hydrogen is extremely conductive of heat. It really loves to tank heat. It can take a lot. It's kind of nuts for considering it's such a small atom. Hydrogen is like, hydrogen to heat is what copper is to electricity. You've got to be kidding me.
Jumalauta! Perkele! Voi saatana! Voi vittujen
It would have been depressurized by now. We depressurized the system. How does that even work? That's what I mean, dude. Right when I take the helmet off, I was like, it's random. Sometimes it'll get you, even though it's not hot. Perkele no satana!
No mitä helvettiä? Saatana! Voi
We're not dead. We just got burned.
Ei saatana! Voi vittu! Mitä helvettiä? Ei saatana! Ei saatana! Saatana! No voi helvetti! Jumalauta! Saatana! No voi helvetti!
Well,
Voi saatana!
looks like we ain't doing anything today here.
Ei saatana!
No, it goes away after a while.
Vittujen kevää! Saatana! Voi vittujen kevää! Voi saatana! Perkele! Perkele! Jumalauta! Voi vittu! Perkele! Jumalauta!
You leaking coolant?
Helvetti! Saatana! Perkele!
Is that gauge going down?
Vittu! No voi helvetti! Voi vittujen kevää! Vittu!
Should this game have welding stuff included? No, Carrick, but I play summer car in real life, and there's plenty of welding. There's plenty of welding involved there, if that's what you want. Like, pretty good gameplay. It's a lot harder in real life. I mean, I don't know. I can't believe I said this earlier, but you were getting a bit waspy yesterday. Nice. Nice.
Jumalauta! Saatana! No voi helvetti! Saatana! Ei saatana!
So Zintao's, I can't really tell if that gauge is going down or not. It's hard to say. That's what I was trying to look at. If it's going down right now while the motor's off, we have a leak. Which means we probably didn't just didn't tighten a hose clamp enough. That happens. That happens with cars all the time.
Saatana! Voi vittujen kevää! Voi vittujen kevää! Saatana! Jumalauta!
Blow the hose. Okay, that's the upper radiator hose. Now, where's that lower one? Lost it. Well, that answers that. One of the rad hoses wasn't all the way down, and it was leaking. Should be good now. Why do you have small vision? I peeked in the radiator when it was hot and it burned me, and this is the penalty for that. Your eyes got burned. Don't worry, you'll get better. But the problem is we really ain't going anywhere for a little while. If it leaks, it's got coolant. Well, yeah, of course. So, Hellfish, it said I got burned. It said I got burned from peeking in the coolant system, but I peeked in the coolant system when the car wasn't at temperature, and it burns you when that happens. Where's the leak, ma'am? We just kind of have to wait it out. At least now you get some decent frame rate. Yeah. I went and turned on the TV because, one, there really isn't anything else you can do, and two, if you can use the TV as a meter to see if your vision is getting better. I'm pretty sure it is, but it is slowly. Hellfish, what's really annoying is that I opened up the radiator with the bike helmet on. It didn't depress, and I looked into it and it was fine. And then I filled it up with coolant, and then I looked into it, and it burned me. So, you know, that's not how radiators work, dude. If you depress, you let all the heat out. Pouring coolant in is, if anything, it's going to cool it off, not heat it up. Yeah, it's getting better. Marietta. Can it flash boil and spray back out like a geyser? Coolant wouldn't be really good at cooling if it did that, O10, would it? No. Antifreeze is, so 50-50, the coolant that you put in an automobile. Antifreeze is propylene glycol. And it's distilled, diluted with water. And what the propylene glycol does is basically increase the boiling point of the coolant. and increasing the boiling point of the coolant makes it so it won't evaporate away. So pouring coolant into a hot radiator, it will steam up a little bit, but for the most part, it'll absorb all the heat. Yeah, all systems. You witnessed a glycol loop leak for a server room. Yeah, you guys use that in your HVAC systems up there, which is, I mean, all right, that's a way to roll. Okay, we seem to be back. It's 3 in the afternoon. There's no timing requirements for doing the poop stuff. So, pumping out people's wells. So, I'm gonna shutter up the house here. Shut all that stuff off. Did I put the cap on this damn thing? Yes. All right. Cool. Yeah, I got you all, sister. All right, so we need to get the Gifu working. Let's go make some money. Do you have electric bills? Yes. Okay, tank is empty. How much fuel do we have? So we should go fill this thing up first. Yeah. First thing we got to do is build up the pneumatics. You got to generate pneumatic pressure. A rig like this, that's what that beeping noise is. A rig like this needs to build up pneumatic pressure in order to get the brakes to disengage. Disengage. The brakes are on. If you look here, oh, that's the wrong key. If you look at that gauge right there, that's your pneumatic pressure in kilopascals. Basically 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10 are bar. So that's 15 psi, 30 psi, 45 psi, 60, 75, 90, 105, etc., etc. We got to build up pneumatic pressure to get the brakes to disengage, and that's what the buzzing is about. Truck won't move right now without pressure. Revving the engine will revving the engine will drive a air compressor that's attached to the power takeoff. Well, now the PTO is probably being used for the sucking in this, so the air pump might just be on the. There we go. We're pressurized. Things stop yelling at me. Yeah, it would. Fellas, that just got me thinking, real quick. Could you take an air pump on a motor, that like an air pump for emissions, and could you use that to make a pneumatic system? $10,000 kp. That's not. No, that can't be. That's 1,000. That's 1,000 kilopascals for something like air suspension, or just to maybe have an air tank on your truck. All right. Got to get into town before it closes. Put her in first. Gotta take your parking brake off, idiot. Don't do this to me. Yeah, Ian, that's what I'm asking. I think you're right. This thing has a non-synchro mesh transmission, so you have to make sure you're rev matching the engine to the drivetrain, or else it gets very upset. I didn't grab the diesel fuel tank, did I, Dan? Oh well. Hey, Thick, what's going on, man? Why were those bills in Finnish? Because this game takes place in Finland in the year 1995. We are in central Finland in the woods. Interesting. Well, that's good to know. You're from Finland. Ah, terve. Have a päivä. I've learned Finnish. All the Finnish that I know, visualize is from this game. Not even kidding. Because the game is all in Finnish. It has English subtitles though, but doing pretty good, better and better every other day. Good. Have a five. Hello, Panther. How are you? Holy shit! We just came within like an inch of death.
En tosiaan ajatellut koskaan, että tässä niinku tulisi mitään tämmöstä, mutta omahan meni niin, että laajattomat
Fuck me, dude. Sorry, I don't mean to curse.
Ei harjoittele. Minähän on tässä. Nyt minä otan viinaa ja veän lunkis.
Dude, my heart just sank. It's permadeath in this game, dude. You die, it deletes the save.
Discovery, go and throttle up.
Train 1, pants 0. I think I just made a diamond, yeah. Did you hear it? I heard it coming, yeah. It makes a noise. Holy shit.
Soittamassa olen niiden kanssa.
Dude, we were like, that was like an inch from death. Come on. Grind it until you find it. I heard it just barely because I had the radio on. Holy balls, dude. That was so close. Can't believe that, man. We were so close to death. Gonna be a good day. MSC feeling smoother with the new computer? It feels about the same, but I have the graphics turned way up, dude. Serious, man. It posted, you ran out of time on the link perms, dude. Can you get pulled over for speeding? Yes. Gotta keep an eye out. Cops hide in the woods. Storm Crasher had a 59er in there. Good Mood had a 50 months, tier 2, 101. Thank you very much. Hawk had a resub in there. Sorry, I've got to get better keeping up with the resubs. Vic, you just subbed for the first time to your favorite streamer. Oh, where did it pop through? I see a badge, Thick. Hey, Tej. What's up, man? Cops like to hide up here. Watch the tree line. Nope, no cops, we're good. Is there a game that you have on your radar that you're waiting to put on the stream? I got a pretty good rotation going right now, I think, Peter. Battlefield 6, yeah.
Päivällä tuuli voimistuu edelleen, iltapäivällä 12-16 metriä sekunnissa. Paikoin nutua tai sumua, yöllä räntäsadetta. Saimaa. Etelän puolesta tuulta 2-6 metriä sekunnissa. Aamusta alkaen 4-7.
Hyvä päivä.
Tervetuloa te. Kun sinäkö se vaan olitkin?
Hi to you too, buddy. Jeez. Oh, what's that? Well, look at all this milk. You want some of this milk?
Minun pitäisi tuo pubi aukasta ihan kohta, niin jos sulla jotain vielä on, niin nyt olisi hyvä aika ostaa.
Oh, crap.
Kiitoksia ja tervetuloa uudelleen.
I don't know how to play the lottery tickets, dudes. I might want to look into that, especially after our train incident. You need 7 numbers? Speaking of the lottery tickets, if you win the 1.7 billion, are you going to start a space flight company? I don't know, dude. Probably eventually, yeah. Have you ever killed someone in MSC? No. You need to select 7 numbers, visualize. Quietos. Taxes will eat a lot of it. Yeah, Cherokee, dude, even if, you know, pot's like 1.2 billion, even if you take the lump sum after taxes, it's going to be like, I don't know, probably like 300-400 mil, something like that, which is stupid, but whatever. 300 mil is good enough for Series A funding for an aerospace company. That's fine. That's enough. 1.7 now, so lump sum, depending on your state, etc., you probably, I don't know, well, it's 1.7 now, it'd probably be like 700 mil. You could get that. That's more than enough for Series A funding for any startup. Lump sum is 770. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's if you can't start an aerospace company with $700 million, you're doing something wrong. $7 per box. More efficient money-wise to invest in SpaceX. 300 million ain't gonna get, even 500 million moist, I don't think it's gonna get you in the door at SpaceX, but interesting, William. What would your company do? I have ideas, James, but I don't know if I should share them. Yeah, Tommy, I got you. I looked at the numbers. If you took the cash option and then invest in it, getting around 7%, you'd make over 30 million annually just on the interest. Yeah, Crunch, that's pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, with current rates, yeah, dude, you could just put it in the bank. It basically is enough for a salary. That's the thing about money, dudes, for people that don't know this. Your bank account accrues an interest, right? If you have a big enough sum of money in there, the interest can be comparable to a salary. So you don't need to do nothing. You just keep doing your thing. Yeah, Yoda, this looks like peak gaming. You may not like it, but this is what peak gaming looks like. Just keep the IP safe. Smart move. Yeah, James, I have good ideas about... I think I have decent ideas about the aerospace industry and what I would do. One of the things that's completely out of reach, dude, not even good enough for like a $500 million Series A funding. This is what I would do if my first idea is successful. I honestly think that there will be a demand. And I don't think I'd necessarily do this, but this is just one of the ideas I have. This is one I'd be willing to share. Honestly, I would... This is going to sound so stupid, but remaking the Saturn V. I think in the future, if the commercial market grows the way we think it's going to grow, I don't necessarily think that super heavy launch vehicle capability is something that you want. But I do know that launching physically bigger things into space is something that we're going to need to do. So it'd be prudent to make a rocket that has a bigger core. I think that would be a good idea. I think that would be a good thing to do, personally. Screw it, just give them. Like, I think that's a good idea. I think there's going to be not necessarily demand for super heavy launch vehicles, but there's going to be demand in the future for launch vehicles with gigantor fairings, something that could put up a bigger space station in one shot, like Skylab or something that's capable of doing something like that. So I think that if you made a low cost, super heavy expendable vehicle, that there's no way somebody wouldn't buy something for that if your price point is good. I'm talking like the simplest engine design that you can think of, you know, like an F1 and a J2, something like that. It's got to be very simple. Sorry, Yoda, it's my bad. Oh crap, not at the gas station, idiot. But yeah, you forgot Lotto. Yeah, what are you gonna do? Basically a Merlin 1D, but bigger. Yeah, I think there could be uses there, and then from there, with your expendable super heavy launch vehicle, you could look at reusability applications. But basically, make the Saturn V and make it as simple as make something like the Saturn V, something that's comparable. Make it as simple as humanly possible, as simple as you can freaking make that damn thing, you know, and go from there. Like that's not winning the Powerball, getting 500 million. You're not doing that with 500 million. What you could do is do something else, and I have other ideas, right? And then that maybe could be a goal that you do down the road. Everybody is pivoting away from small sat. Rideshare missions are the right move. I'm wondering if you can play Lotto in the pub.
Jaha, tuletko sinäkin turruttamaan sun pääs, että unohtuu hetkeksi, mitenkä kaahea paikka tämä muolima loppujen lopuksi vaan?
Dino, I have my own ideas about, yeah, that kind of stuff, but all right, let's roll. Let's get to work. Yeah, dude, I would definitely use some of it to invest, but I really would. I have, like I said, I have ideas.
Varastoon, että elimistö voi sitten sulatella omiin tarpeidensa mukaan sitä lihapiirakkaa 2 nakilla. Ruokaisa maha onkin kivempi kuin tyhjä maha.
Can you have electrical problems in MSC in your car? Yes. Joe, your E46 has some drain. I can't yet find the issue, yet I have to use a battery tender. The problem is that it's a BMW. That's your problem. An old BMW. No offense, man. Dino, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I don't have a talent pool to recruit from, though. If you understand what if you're picking up what I'm laying down. Can't par with it. Well, Joe, you got a wire short. You're gonna have to go figure out how to use a multimeter and figure out where the draw is coming from. Man, perfect. Okay, we gotta engage the PTO. Put the axle down. Put the pump on. And now we suck all the poop. I just stopped. I put my cell phone in my pocket during a violent coughing fit, and while I was coughing up a lung, it hit the sequence to give 100 gift subs and stopped only because it also hit select payment option instead of one click. My wife would have killed you. Oh no! $2,000 liters of caca.
Oh, this is space.
Hey, I'll take 5, Karen. Thanks, man. Can you fall in? Yes. Will it kill you? Yes. That's why I put that over there. That is more sane. That's fine. $1,200. Okay. Now here comes the most annoying minigame in any video game. Only the last rung of the damn hose will let you put it back up on the truck. You can only do it with this piece. Put the hose back. Take the cover. Put the cover on. Boom. $1,200. What do you do with it? In this game, you have to take it to a waste processing facility, which is down this road. By waste processing facility, do you mean the lake? You can risk dumping it in the lake, but if you get caught, you're gonna pay a healthy fine. A waste processing facility does cost money. It costs money, though. I don't really understand dumping, like, I don't understand the environmental penalty for dumping poop. Dump it on the train tracks? I might do that.
Masentavaa tekstiä. Tuohan kuulostaa pahemmalta kuin mitä itse syöpukki. Miksei siinä voi lukea suoraan näin?
No, that's not good enough.
Ranteessa tai polvessa tai peniksessä alkaa tuntua ylitse pääsemättömän voimakkaalta, niin hoitona voit leikata kyseisen rajan yli. Haittavaikutukset, verenvuoto, kyseisen elimen menetys. Jos hoito ei toimi 3 viikossa, niin olet jo kuollut ja madot syövät sinua sisältäpäin naurissasi. Naaraista ei ole kuin harmia.
RJ, we had a little bit of a pucker moment. There is also Fleetari's quest to dump it at the inspection bay. Yeah, exactly. How's your mother? What's up? Hey, nice V-neck, dude. My mother has one just like that guy. Oh, it looks great on you. The reason why you shouldn't dump waste is because the nutrients will cause the population of algae and other plants to bloom. That can cause a chain of events that leads to ecosystem collapse. Oh yeah. Got Bill Burr? Yeah, like it. Why didn't you let the train turn you into red mist?
Okei, tosta oikein paljon, että viittasit tehdä tämän. Ihan olet tyytyväinen tähän. Ole hyvä, tässä on rahaa. Morjens.
Why don't you ask a question that doesn't make everybody here lose brain cells or something? There's a gauge on the side of the truck, Pigeon. We're carrying about 4,000 liters of crap behind us. And it's cool because the truck actually becomes harder to drive. You have to take in, it does the weight of the truck. It handles different when you have a full load. I heard it. It makes a noise, Cerebral. $4,000 liters of crap AK yesterday said no, Penta. At least poop is useful as fertilizer, okay? Come on. Don't talk about crap that way. That's insulting to fertilizer. If fertilizer could hear that, it'd be very upset. Cerebral Malfunction says that, the radio is actually singing about me. To call me baby. Septic tank's always a pain in the butt to get to, dudes. Over here somewhere. Rear work light's already on. Fine. That might be enough. Jag sälte toita eltuvirheita. I mean, that's a vibe, I guess. Hey, Grav.
Discovery, go and throttle up.
Graviole, 49-month resub. Thank you. Perkele.
Vittujen vittu.
If you don't work, you won't make mistakes. Yeah, I know, it's a vibe, dude.
Kiitos vaan ihan tyhjältä näyttää kaivulta. Mistä rahas oot ansainnut, että kiitos vaan, että ole hyvä tässä. Kiitos vaan.
Come on! There we go. I am going to love you too. Damn non-synchro gearbox. What the hell are we stuck on? We're stuck on a shrub. You can't park there. Oh, yes, I can.
Kaikki kotitalouden ruoka- ja päivittäistavaratarpeet teille tarjoaa Teimon kauppa. Aliviskan tien varrella. Tervetuloa kokemaan lähellä ja kaukaa.
Frick bridges. We don't need no bridges. I'm thirsty. Ah! Ah! Oh my god. Challenge pissing. That's right. Challenge pissing. You can piss 6 feet up in the air and not get wet. You get no money down. Weird time to unmute the stream. No, it wasn't. You gotta take the e-brake off. Riveting gameplay. There is a locker. Yeah, I forgot about that record. Ah. Hey, we got it. It only took cousin coming by. I was thinking about it backwards. Got it. There we go. No bushes this time. Saatana. Did you get all the hidden bits from the car here? Yeah. Pretty sure I did. Mm-hmm.
Oikein hyvä. Okei. Tässä on
You have to go up and over. 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 Okay, how much, oh, we're full. Where do you empty the truck's tank? Back in the city. Crapper's clogged. Merry Christmas. What happens if you tip over in it? Nothing good. Come on, where the hell's second? Let's go! There we go. I got it. There's no synchro mesh in this Geek. It's a double clutch job. You have to double clutch every time you drive it, dude. I wasn't double clutching like I should, but now I'm double clutching like I should. Sometimes the hose can come detached, Geek, and fall into the septic tank, which is why I just do the up and out thing. Cruise control.
Jukka! Miten kauan tarvii tehdä? Tulee kylmää. Kylmää.
You're wondering if I managed to fix the garage PC? Yes and no. There's a way around it with the NDI config. A Windows update is what broke it yesterday. Oh no. No shit. Fuck. Well, that sucks. We gotta get out of the street. Like now. We gotta get out of the street before we get killed. People don't stop.
Mutviainen kaverinaan Teukka.
Caught too much of the curb.
Isä poltti puisen veturin. Se saunapesän tuhkattiin. Ei ollut aika kyyneliin. Isä sanoi kestää se kuin mies. Ja vaikkei juuret yllää pohjaan, ne kiinni jää tähän maaroutaiseen. Eikä kukaan toinen mua ohjaa. Itse päälle lyön kiven harmaaseen. Veli palas armeijasta. Korpijäämät tuliaisinaan. Aita liian matala. Ei tullut risti aukista. Isä näytti omansa. Äiti ei aina jaksa. Joskus on hiljaa viikkoja. Lääkärit ne puhumaan. Se tekee sitä tahallaan. Täti saattoi sen sairaalaan. Ja vaikkei juuret yllää pohjaan, ne kiinni jää tähän maaroutaiseen. Eikä kukaan toinen mua ohjaa. Itse pääni lyön kiven harmaaseen. vaikkei juuret yllä pohjaan. Ja vaikkei juuret yllä pohjaan. Me kiinni jää tähän maaroutaiseen. Eikä kukaan toinen mua ohjaa. Itse pääni lyö kiven harmaaseen. Ja vaikkei juuret yllä pohjaan. Ne kiinni jää tähän maaroutaiseen. Eikä kukaan toinen mua ohjaa. Itse pääni lyö kiven harmaaseen. Kaksitoista vuotta täytin. Isä poltti puisen veturin. Se saunapesän tuhkattiin. Ei ollut aika kyyneliin. Isä sanoi kestää se kuin mies. Ja vaikkei juuret yllä pohjaan, ne kiinni jää tähän maaroutaiseen. Eikä kukaan toinen mua ohjaa. Itse pääni lyön kiven harmaaseen. Veli palas armeijasta. Korpijäämät tuliaisinaan. Aika liian matala. Ei tullut risti aukista. Isä näytti omansa. Äiti ei aina jaksa. Joskus on hiljaa viikkoja. Lääkärit ne puhuu vaan. Se tekee sitä tahallaan. Täti saattoi sen sairaalaan. Ja vaikkei juuret yllä pohjaan, ne kiinni jää tähän maaroutaiseen. Eikä kukaan toinen mua ohjaa. Itse pääni lyön kiven harmaaseen. Ja vaikkei juuret yllä pohjaan. Ja vaikkei juuret yllä pohjaan. Me kiinni jää tähän maaroutaiseen. Eikä kukaan toinen mua ohjaa. Itse pääni lyö kiven harmaaseen. Ja vaikkei juuret yllä pohjaan, ne kiinni 12 vuotta täytin. Isä poltti puisen veturin. Se saunapesällä tuhkattiin. Ei ollut aika kyyneliin. Isä sanoi kestää se kuin mies. Ja vaikkei juuret yllä pohjaan, ne kiinni jää tähän maaroutaiseen. Eikä kukaan toinen mua ohjaa. Itse päälle lyön kiven harmaaseen.
I'm done with summer car. That's it. It's not summer anymore, so yeah, we'll try again next year. Yeah, I don't want to play this game for a little while. I don't want to play it for a little while. I guess we used up all our luck with the train, dude. That sucks. I didn't see the other car coming, guys. I didn't see it. Color blindness. It blended in. Red green. I didn't see it. I didn't see it coming. I didn't see the dang thing. I went over to the shop computer and I watched the clip over there. It blended in. I didn't see it. I checked both ways. I checked both ways on the street. I didn't see it. It looked like crops to me, dude. I didn't see it. I don't know how, but I didn't see it. You were looking at chat when the car appears around the corner? Yeah. Yep. No, this isn't no excuse. You got to keep your eyes on the road, but I saw a Discord notification pop out of the corner of my eye, and I looked over for like a split second, and then I lost it. I didn't even answer the message, and it was just like a fraction of a second, dude. That sucks. That was a really good save. We were so close. Yeah. It always sucks when you get that freaking far and it kills you. Like, you die early in a save and whatever. Oh, I'm so bummed out, dude. I'm not, like, I was pissed for a second. I walked out and I'm just bummed. Bummed out now. It sucks. That was a lot. That was part 7. That was a huge save. That was dude, we put in a lot of work into that damn thing. It hurts. It hurts a lot, but I'll get over it. It sucks. It sucks so hard, dude. What is your color blindness? Red, green. Geek, I mean, I looked at chat. It was just bad timing. I looked at chat when the car was coming around the corner, and I looked back, and we just looked at the clip. When my eyes go back, it's hard to see it because it's behind the other car. 2, it's red and it blended in. So I saw the car go away. I didn't see the other car coming. I didn't see it. I looked at chat. I checked chat when I walked out into the road. Like, I knew that was going to happen too. Like I said, like, we got to be careful because we're going to get hit if we don't get out of the road. And then I got out of the road and then walked back into the road and then proceeded to get hit. It makes it hurt so much more, dude. Everybody hurt. How far were you from this time around? I basically would have had enough money to get the car ready for the rally race in the second week, which makes that one hurt a lot. That was the furthest along I've been in save for a long time. Breaking news. What is breaking news? Okay. When's the solstice? Summer ends on the 22nd. I like playing summer car in the summertime. All right, that's a fun time to play it. So we will try again next week. And we have basically 3 weeks to get it done. That's the equinox, not a solstice. The solstice is the 22nd, I think. MSC Marathon. That's what you guys want to do next week. We can do that. Oh, dude, I'm so freaking bummed, man. I'm so bummed out. It sucks so hard. How's the dog? Fine. He's on his meds, and we got to keep him in his crate all day because he's got heartworms. Ugh. Should have used the bad luck on the lotto ticket. Yeah. Do you think you'll keep playing on Permadeath? Yeah, of course, man. Yeah, duh. I don't want to play a new game, Eutychus. I don't know. I don't know what to play. I don't know what to do. That was... What is... Who linked this? What is this? Helsinki, breaking news. What is breaking news here? What is this? Legit spaceflight leaks. NASA plans to fly SLS in an expendable configuration for its next flight, Artemis 2. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, joke threads. It's joke. Yeah. Ugh. What a gut punch, dude. What a freaking gut punch. Oh, it sucked so hard, man. Hey, if you guys want, we got Stationeers. We asked the Rocketworks guys to increase the player count on Stationeers multiplayer to try and stress the game. And we the server is good for 30 people at this point. Late night? Yeah, Nick, I yeah. I got a little peeved at that Senate congressional meeting yesterday. And I had a lot of energy at the end of the stream, and I used it to work on the car. I was up working on the Coronet till pretty damn late. I realigned everything and made sure everything was nice and copacetic under there. I ended up going to bed. I don't know. I don't even know when I went to bed. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I was up really late, and then I got up when I normally got up. I don't know. I'm running off like maybe 2-3 hours of sleep or something. It doesn't matter. I'm fine. Bullet points of the meeting. Hired. I don't mean to be cynical. I'm not usually this pessimistic about things, but I bullet points from the meeting. Okay, so the short story is that Jim Bridenstine did congressional testimony. He testified for the Senate Commerce, Justice, and Science Committee and said that the fastest way to beat China back to the moon is to build a space station around the moon. That was his argument. The fastest way to beat China to the surface of the moon is to, in fact, not land on the surface of the moon. That's the gist of it. A lot of stuff Jim said was pretty spot on. He did argue for NASA's in-house architecture, which is what I think should happen. I don't think NASA, I've always said, Hired, you know this. I've always said that NASA should not depend on commercial for their end-to-end architecture to the surface of another planet or celestial body. That is a really bad idea. Commercial should be supplementary. Because if you're abstracting the scope of the project by using commercial contractors because they invent the architecture, i.e. Starship. Starship is way too big to task for the Artemis program. Not that I hate it. But it's, yeah, quite, it's quite, what's the right way to say it? It's quite over-engineered for what the Artemis program is trying to do. And, you know, NASA doesn't know when it's going to be ready, so it's going to be harder for NASA to time their missions around the lander because there's a mission that's timed around a lander. Jim argued that. That's not a bad thing to say, but he did it while wiping his tail with SpaceX, which just pissed me off. Why the change of character? He's a lobbyist for ULA, Jared. I don't know why you'd think building the gateway... Dude, ULA doesn't even have that much of a vested stake in building the gateway. Maybe they don't do the launches for gateway. They don't do any of that. Why would Jim argue that the gateway, a project that is fragmented, frankly terrible architecture that is like decades behind schedule. Well, I'd say decades at this point. Yeah, Gateway came on the books in 2015, 2016. It wasn't called Gateway, it was called LOP-G. It's frankly decades behind schedule. Why would you argue that a space station is the best way to return people to the surface of the moon before China does? You're going to try to make a point that the existing Artemis program architecture is sufficient and then say that it's not sufficient in the same breath. I don't understand. I don't know. That doesn't even make sense if you're biased towards ULA. That's just dumb. Like, that's just not, that makes no sense. Like, if you don't understand spaceflight architecture too much, that basically means, that's like someone saying, oh, you know, my car will go faster because it has 3 wheels. So if I take 1 wheel off, that's the way to get my car to go faster. It's like, no, that's not right at all. No. Doing that is not going to make you go faster. It will, in fact, do the opposite of that. Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, building a space station is the fastest way to get to the surface of the moon. Yeah, no, it's not. No, it's not. At this point, it's that big metal tube down in Texas. That's the best way to do it. You know why? Because that's the people that are actually making forward progress on doing said thing. Anyway, this has nothing to do with the summer car bod. So, for continuity's sake, yeah, I don't know. I guess the solstice is on the 22nd, dudes. So summer officially ends on September 22nd. So as far as I'm concerned, attempt number 4, we got to get it done. And we got to get it done. Maybe we marathon summer car all next week or something. I don't know. But, you know, we got to do mission mode and other things. I can't believe I didn't see that freaking car. Whatever, Jim. I don't care. Frick off. Whatever. September 22nd is the end of the season, okay? Again, September 22nd is the autumnal equinox. Yep. And you know what time it is? September 4th at 3 p.m. is the time for EJ to leave. I'll see you guys. Bye.